Welcome to this KQT health presentation for COMAR System overview. Please adjust your device volume so that you can hear the material as it is presented. In order for a commercial ambulance service to be dispatched, the ambulance and crew must be able to arrive at the scene within a reasonable response time, be able to provide appropriate transportation, and also be able to provide appropriate medical care for the patient. To ensure compliance with equipment and supplies requirements, all ambulances that will operate in Maryland must have a completed ambulance checkout done at the start of each shift. Specific oxygen requirements for each ambulance include: all portable oxygen cylinders on board the ambulance must equal a total of 210 liters at 1,500 psi or more, and at least one oxygen cylinder with an administration regulator attached. Portable oxygen cylinders should be removed from service when the pressure level is at or below 500 psi so that they can be cleaned, inspected, and refilled. Main onboard oxygen cylinders should be replaced when the pressure reaches or is below 300 psi. Remember that the safe residual pressure for all oxygen cylinders is 200 psi. When calculating the oxygen flow requirement for a patient transport, you must first subtract the 200 psi residual from the current cylinder pressure. The mathematical formula used to determine the duration of flow in minutes is current gauge pressure subtracting the standard 200 psi residual pressure, then multiplied by the constant number shown in this slide for the cylinder size that you are using, divided by the flow rate in liters per minute. All oxygen cylinders located in the patient compartment must be secured with a crash-stable bracket that meets American Manufacturers Division Oxygen Tank Retention Standard 003. Any oxygen cylinders located in a compartment other than the patient compartment must be secured in a bracket that is appropriate for the cylinder size, and the compartment must have a positive locking latch, with both the latch and hinge securely bolted to the door frame structure. A commercial ambulance must be equipped with communication equipment, as specified in COMAR 30.09.10.04c, that is reliable and can properly communicate with the ambulance services dispatch center from the time of dispatch until the time that the call is completed. The communications equipment must be capable of communicating with online medical control and meet the specifications set forth by MIMC Emergency Medical Services Communications. Commercial ambulances must be able to communicate from the location of dispatch until the patient reaches their final destination. Ambulance crews must be adequately trained to safely operate the ambulance along with the equipment and supplies contained within it. Expired ambulance supplies must be removed, properly disposed of, and replaced. Malfunctioning medical equipment must be removed from the ambulance, placed out of service until it has been repaired or replaced. Every BLS ambulance must be equipped with an automatic external defibrillator. Ground ambulances must be inspected by a licensed inspection station in compliance with Transportation Article Section 23-103. Ambulances must be equipped with lights and siren warning devices and must be marked with appropriate markings, including the Star of Life and the word ambulance. When driving an ambulance, it must be operated with due regard for the public. Emergency warning lights and sirens should only be used en route to an emergency and the transportation of a Priority 1 patient. All ambulances and ambulance equipment must be kept in proper working order and maintained to manufacturer's recommendations. A copy of the ambulance license must be displayed in the patient compartment so that it is visible to the patient. Smoking or the carrying of lighthead tobacco products is prohibited on the ambulance. An ambulance that has caused symptoms of carbon monoxide illness, or if carbon monoxide levels at or greater than 9 parts per million are detected inside the ambulance, it shall be placed out of service until the condition has been corrected and the ambulance has been inspected. An ambulance can only be operated if all restraint systems and equipment anchors are functioning correctly. When transporting a child younger than 4 years old as a passenger, not as a patient, they must be transported in the front passenger compartment and secured in an approved child passenger restraint system. Additionally, the passenger side airbag must be disabled during the transport. All medical devices, supplies, and equipment must be stored or adequately fastened to prevent the items from becoming projectiles in the event of an abrupt stop or crash. Compartments that are used to carry heavy items, such as portable oxygen cylinders, suction units, or monitors, must have a positive locking latch, which has both the latch and hinge bolted to the door and frame structure. The positive latching system is designed to remain closed in an abrupt stop or crash, including rollovers. Medical fluids, such as intravenous solutions or sterile water carried on the ambulance, should only be contained in bags or plastic bottles. If a fluid is only supplied in a glass container, it should be stored in a manner that protects the ambulance occupants from broken glass in the event of breakages. This concludes the lesson COMAR System Overview. If you have any questions about the material in this lesson, please contact a member of the training team. You may now complete the exam COMAR System Overview that has been assigned to you in your virtual classroom.